Fine. Yeah. Then I will share this slide once. So that is also people have discussed. There is a logical chain and sequence of these letters. So first of all, you are going to have your inquiry letter. So inquiry, you are making inquiry of something, whatever it may be, raw material, it may be computers, it may be furniture, it may be something that you want to buy, purchase for your company, that you are going to make inquiry. So you can have 2-3 producers or suppliers. From then you wanted to just inquire. After you just compare 2 or 3 suppliers, from that you will choose one, and then you'll find quotation later. Exact how much amount you're going to pay, that you will try to find out from this quotation letter, which supplier will send you. Then you place an order as per your requirement, as per your need. Order can be placed, and you people are expecting now goods or getting services from these suppliers. And in that case, if you have some problems, maybe problems of missing something, maybe problem of faulty, defective, or it can be a problem of damaged or not proper, having dysfunctioning of something. In that case, you can write this complaint letter. So complaint letter is not compulsory that you people have to write, but depending upon the need that you're going to write. And so therefore there is a logical chain or sequence. First you are going to inquire, then you may ask for quotation. After getting quotation, you place an order, and if requires, then you will write complaint letter. Okay. All of the above letters are drafted on the letterhead of the concerned organization company. Last time I have told you, I don't remember where exactly I have finished. So if this is a page, and if this is letterhead, you'll find that there is already printed name, address, and there may be contact numbers, maybe some references, logo, etc. already printed here on this page. Okay, so that is your letterhead. Okay, and here now you have to think that when you are going to use this letterhead, here you need not to put your details again here. Okay, here again outward number sum, here date you are mentioning, and then your letter will start here. So what format, that on next slide we are going to talk about what format we can follow. Okay, so all of the above letters are drafted on the letterheads of the concerned organization. All these, which letters? Inquiry letter, quotation letter, order letter, complaint letter, they will use their own. Quotation letter, it means that you are getting exact the price or amount. आपल्याला किती किंमत मोजावी लागू शकते, त्याची थोडक्यात किती पैसे द्यावे लागतात या संदर्भातले जे सप्लायर आहेत त्यांच्याकडून येणारे जे लेटर असतात, दॅट इज कोटेशन लेटर. फॉर एक्झाम्पल, तुम्हाला कम्प्युटर घ्यायचे तर 5 कम्प्युटरची किंमत किती होऊ शकते एकूण, तर ते एक अंदाजे नाही, एक्झॅक्ट प्राइस दे आर प्रोव्हाइडिंग यू, आणि सो दॅट यू कॅन गेट इट, की आपले किती पैसे खर्च होऊ शकतात किंवा आपलं बजेट किती आहे, त्यानुसार यू विल डिसाइड वेदर टू गो विथ दिस, और you can reduce content items, or you can change the supplier also. So therefore this is quotation letter. Then let's go to the next slide now. So next slide, here you are getting this layout. So what is this layout? Layout is nothing but it is format. So format of letter. If you're going to write any of these letters, which these letters? Inquiry, order, quotation, complaint, etc. In that case, you're going to follow this layout, this format. So what is first of all there? First of all, there is sender's address. Okay, it should have sender's address. If there is no sender's address, in that case, that letter will be again, it will not have who is sending this letter. So therefore, the letter will not have any value. So sender's address must be there. So how will you ensure? Do we need to write it again? Sender's address. Where will be sender's address? कुठे असणार आहे तो? आता जे आपण लेटर हेड बघितलं, त्या लेटर हेड वरती काय होतं? मग एव्हरीथिंग इज देअर. नेम ऑफ द कंपनी आहे, त्यांचा ऍड्रेस आहे, त्यांचे कॉन्टॅक्ट डिटेल्स आहेत, ईमेल आयडी आहेत, फॅक्स आहे, एव्हरीथिंग दे आर मेन्शनिंग हियर. सो डू यू नीड टू राईट सेंडर्स ऍड्रेस हियर अगेन? नो नीड टू राईट. लिहिण्याची गरज नाहीये, इट इज ऑलरेडी देअर. कुठे आहे तो? दॅट इज ऑन लेटर हेड. Okay, so therefore sender's address is required. It is in the form of letterhead. Second important thing, that is a date. Again, you should ensure that you are writing date on your letter. If you just forgot to mention date on your letter, what will happen? Again, that letter will not have any value. So when that letter is written, today, tomorrow, yesterday, last year, last month, or next year, next month, Nobody should get clarity from that. So date is necessary and compulsory that you are going to write. So while writing date also, you ensure that you are going to follow proper format also. So usually how do we write letters? What is today's date? We follow this pattern. So what is this pattern? First of all, we mentioned date. So one DD. Why it is DD? 2 digit. It is 2 digits. So DD. Then MM. Again 2 digit month. And then 4Y. So that is year. So that is format that we people follow. But apart from that, you will find that sometimes format can be like this MM. So first of all, they're mentioning month. Then they're mentioning date. And then there is year. Computer follows this format. Basically, American people also will follow this format. So you ensure that you know it very well and you are not having confusion and misunderstanding because of the format of date. Apart from that, you'll find that sometimes date can be written like this. That is called 17th of March. And then year. It can be written like this, or date can be written like this also, March 17th. And then year. So it can be written like this. Apart from that, what first format we people have written, some people use a dash, but you don't use dash. Some people use dots also like this. Okay. But don't go for this dash or dots. Either you follow first one or you can follow this one. Okay. So date is important. Where you're going to put your date on the letterhead, you'll come to know that here reference number is there or outward number is there, and towards the right hand side of this letterhead, you'll find you're mentioning date. All right. Then next is point number third is inside address. So what is inside address? The one who is writing letter or to whom letter is written. Inside address will be the address of the person whom we are writing letter. ज्याला पत्र लिहायचे त्याचा पत्ता inside address मध्ये येणार आहे, usually 2. Okay. That is जो पत्र लिहितोय त्याचा ऍड्रेस हा लेटर हेड मध्ये. सेंडर्स ऍड्रेस जो पत्र लिहितोय तो, आणि इनसाइड ऍड्रेस ज्याला पत्र लिहायचंय तो. सो सेंडर्स ऍड्रेस फ्रॉम कुणापासून, inside address to kunala. Okay, so that is inside address. So while writing inside address, you should write name of the person if you know. Sometimes if you don't know name of the person, you should write a designation of that person. So what is designation? To the manager, to the principal, to the supervisor, to the team leader, to maybe CEO, MD, whatever. So these are designations. So you mention designation, then name of that person's company, त्यांच्या कंपनीचं नाव and address with pin code. त्यांचा address सुद्धा या inside address मध्ये येणं अपेक्षित आहे, because on that address only your letter is going to be. If you are missing address, how letter can reach exactly? So therefore that address has to be accurate. Ensure. Okay. Then next is number 4. There is attention line. So what is this attention line? That is going to be subject. Why it is called attention? Because it catches your attention. Or it should be like this, that first, before going to read any letter, people read subject, and from that they'll get an idea what this letter is all about, and then they will read entire letter. If it is of their importance, if there is any priority they have set, okay, accordingly they will choose. So subject is important, very important. So therefore you don't forget to mention this subject. In our words, we can use it subject. Okay, and that should be again short. We should not write lengthy sentences here. Only one sentence is enough, which is only giving an idea what is this letter all about. कशाविषयी आपण लिहिणार आहोत ते फक्त एका सेंटेन्स मध्ये आपल्याला तिथं सांगायचं. Okay, then let's go to the next one, that is salutation. So what is salutation? From online students, I'm not getting any voice. Okay, what salutation we use while writing letter?
Dear.
Okay, dear or respected. What do you think? When you people study, okay, greetings. Okay, greetings may come after here. That is salutation and greetings are different. Greetings may again you can include here after this salutation. So, but what will you choose, respected or dear? But here the type of letters that we are seeing 5.1 business letters, so they are all formal letters. Okay, so therefore you people can use respected, and also remember you people can also use a dear sir. So might be you might have studied earlier that in informal letters we people can use dear father, dear mother, dear brother, something like this. But these days in formal situations also we people are using dear. Okay, we are using dear. Remember, we can use dear in formal situations also. Okay, remember this. And additionally, when you don't know name of that person, you can use sir or madam. And if you know the name, these days you'll find that people are calling their first name. For example, it can be like this. So they can call, they refer you with your first name. These days people are not using words like sir or ma'am. In companies you'll find that they are not using such words like sir or ma'am, rather than they will use your first name. Okay, so this is also you should know. Then next point is of body of the letter. So here what are you expecting now? Here your actual letter will be there. Okay, this is body of your letter. So it may consist minimum 3 paragraphs. Okay, so first paragraph, it will be related again what you are going to refer to your attention line. तुमचा सब्जेक्ट काय आहे त्या संदर्भात तुमचा पहिला पॅराग्राफ होणार आहे. कशा विषयाने का तुम्ही पत्र लिहिताय हे तुमच्या फर्स्ट पॅराग्राफ मध्ये येणार आहे. सेकंड पॅराग्राफ विल बी इलॅबोरेशन. जे तुमचा सब्जेक्ट असेल त्याचं इलॅबोरेशन यू आर गोइंग टू डू हियर इन सेकंड पॅराग्राफ. अँड थर्ड पॅराग्राफ विल बी ऑफ क्लोजिंग. सो यू आर गोइंग टू एंड युअर लेटर विथ मे बी प्रॉमिसिंग नोट किंवा मे बी परचेस असेल किंवा जे काही असेल त्याच्यानुसार यू आर गोइंग टू क्लोज इट. समजा कंप्लेंट असेल तर यू आर एक्सपेक्टिंग सम compensation or replacement etc. If it is order असेल तर we are expecting delivery in time, or if it is inquiry असेल तर we are looking forward to know more from you. So something like that we are going to close it here. So that will be your body of the letter. The next is complementary close. So here now people wanted to close our letter, and that will be with complementary close. So that may include, what do we include usually for complementary close? Apart from thanking you will be there, but without that, yours faithfully, yours sincerely, yours truly. So then below that you're going to mention your name, and below that will be your designation, what you are, who you are, whether you are working as a manager, you are working as a maybe any position that you are holding, your designation should be there. Okay, and then next comes that is of signature. So where you are going to sign. So here there is some space, usually there is some is placed, and here your signature may come appear here like this. Okay, so this way we are going to have the format of letter. And last one is their enclosure. So what is enclosure? Cast. So later we done with this. All these things we have finished later. So what is this enclosure?
Speak loudly. I'm not able to listen your voice. If someone knows, then you try to tell. Let it be wrong. I'm going to tell you. Because with letters, what do we have? Other things. Letters सोबत काय असू शकतं अजून? Any attachments? We can attach something, Xerox copies, maybe some price tags, maybe something, maybe earlier references, maybe advertisement, maybe some references are there. So we attach something with this letter. So these attachments will be what? Here, enclosures. Okay. So this is enclosure. So this is a format that you can follow for all kinds of business letters, all kinds: inquiry letter, order letter, quotation letter, complaint letter. For this, you can follow it. Okay. So any difficulties or questions here about this format? Any point here from 1 to 9? कुणाला काही कळत नाही असं आहे का? मराठीतनं विचारलं तरी चालतं. And here sample examples are given in notes. Okay, you people refer to these notes which are there in teaching diary, and you try to go through all those. Again, format is there, and one sample example is also there, and additionally you try to think how we can write it differently, or you can pick up one situation also and try to write some of the letters. And if you face any difficulties while writing, you can ask me. Okay, so that is all about 5.1 business letters. Then let's go for next slide, that is with 5.2. So what is this 5.2? That is email communication. So can anybody tell me what is this email is? Email means electronic mail. Okay, so that is email. And if you remember, in olden times, the people used to write letters. Okay, and those letters were written manually, and we people used to post them in post office, and then postman used to just carry forward those letters to their destinations, and we people were getting some letters like this. So it was in the past and it was time consuming. So if you wrote a letter today, possibility maybe the person may get after 3 days, 4 days, 5 days, after a week, and sometimes months also required to get these letters. Okay, so that was in olden times. But nowadays, what we people can do? We people can use technology. So this email is also a technology. And for this technology, what is required for email? Which things are required? काय काय असायला पाहिजे? Okay, internet is required. If I have internet, then device is also equally important. So you can use device, can be laptop, computer, can be also anything, computer. Then next, Google account. So what kind of account will be there? Your email account. Where in that account you can have your unique email ID. Why it is unique? Because what email ID you have, only your email ID will be this. No other person can have similar email ID like you. And that account will have a password also, because without password, how we are going to access your account? So that password will protect your whatever communication you are doing on that email. And this email is now fastest means of communication. Why it is fastest means? Because it hardly requires any time. If I hit the send button, immediately within fraction of seconds, it will appear in the inbox of receiver. Okay, so therefore it is the fastest means. And how long we can write an email? किती मोठा लिहू शकतो email? Is there any limit? There is no limit. You can write a lengthy 5 pages, 10 pages, 100 pages email you can write. And additionally, what are advantages and features of mail? काय काय advantages, features, काय काय करू शकतो आपण?
Time, time consuming and time is also there displayed. Yes. Time stamp is there. You need not to keep separate record of time and date. Okay, so you'll have different maybe when you sent and when you received a particular mail, you are able to check it. Then that much. अजून काय features, advantages, disadvantages काय काय येतं mail मध्ये? Do you have, all of you have, do you have email account? And do you use it? For what? For opening account on Facebook? For logging into that Google services like Play Store and all those things? Because as a student, you don't have much use, but when you will just become an employee in an organization, everything will be there on your email. So what work you have to do for the day, you'll get it, their email. What the progress you're doing, you'll get the mail. Report that you're writing, you'll have an email. So maybe daily you are getting emails, sometimes 50,000, hundreds also. So depending upon your nature of work, you'll people get emails. So in professional life, everybody has to ensure that you are having working email ID and you people are using it properly. Okay, so therefore so many things are there. We'll try to learn about it. Okay, so let's try to talk about it. Email communication, and that is not just part of study, but you should just try to understand that we are going to use it practically. Yes, it is easy to use and there is paperless communication and it's secure. That is also right. So features of it, that easy to use, you can directly just, if your device, any device, computer, laptop, mobile, you can use it, type your content and you can send it. If you have the email ID of the next person, you can send it, and it is paperless. Yes, we need not to use papers here. You can just directly use the interface which is provided there, and it is secure. Why it is secure? Because only you know your email ID and password. Okay, so therefore until and unless you do not share your password, nobody can see what emails you are having and what communication you are doing with someone. So therefore it is secure. So all these points we are going to discuss on the next slide as well. So first of all, here we'll talk about what is one of the fundamental internet technology. So email is what kind of technology? Internet based technology. Okay, why it is internet based? Because without internet there is no use of email. You cannot use emails if there is no internet. So internet is required, tool used by nearly every person with an internet connection. So those people who are using internet, they are using email. Okay, so it is like this. Allows you to at no cost. Do you pay any charges for email? There are no charges. What your money that you are paying, that can be for internet charges, not for email, or it can be charges of your device. There is no any cost or charges that for sending an email or receiving an email. There are no charges. Send a letter of unlimited length. We people have discussed. What is length? That is unlimited length. To one person or many person. We can at a maybe same time we can send email to thousands of people. So there is, again, you can send it to many people or you can send it to one person as well. Can attach documents and photos to email. So what things we can attach? Anything we can attach. We can attach a photo, a file, can be Word file, Excel file, PowerPoint presentation, folders, PPTs, and audio, video, everything that you can attach. Zip files you can attach. You can attach number of documents to the email. Just like you can include a photo or a document with a letter. So that was the old method. Okay, each person on email has a unique email address. That is also people are discussing, because what email ID I have, that will be unique. What email ID you have, again, that will be unique. So therefore you just try to understand. Again, here we are having format of email. So everyone just try to understand that you know everything about email. Many of the times what happens, we're using it, but we don't know fully what are all features and characteristics and everything that we don't know. So first of all, here is date. So do we need to write date while writing email? It is not required. It is automatic. Okay, internet will keep track of your date and time. So when you send and when you received an email, that time and date will be recorded by internet. So you need not to write. It is there, but you need not to write it. The next is from. So what is this from? And who will come here in from? Sender. And sender's email ID will be here from. Okay. Then next is to.
Receiver.
Yes, here receiver's mail ID. ज्याला आपण mail लिहिणार आहोत, that will appear here. His mail ID. You should know his or her mail ID properly. If you're making some letter here's there, dot here's there, at the rate here's there, that letter will not be, email will not be sent. It will bounce back. Okay. You should know exactly email ID of the person whom you're going to send email. Next is CC. Who is this CC and what is this? CC, class coordinator. Then who is this CC? And what is use of this? What is full form of this CC?
Carbon copy.
That's called carbon copy. Okay, it is carbon copy. So what is carbon copy in email? So what email you are sending to, the same email will be there for CC. जो मेल तुम्ही टू ज्या लोकांना पाठवताय तोच ईमेल या सीसी मध्ये पण येईल. मग सीसी कशासाठी असतो? For what purpose? For what purpose carbon copy is used? For example, here that is person A and is sending mail to person B. Okay, but maybe with that person C is also associated. C चा सुद्धा संबंध आहे. जो काही मेल असेल किंवा त्यामधलं जे काही कम्युनिकेशन आहे त्या कम्युनिकेशनशी या सी व्यक्तीचा पण संबंध येत असेल. So I wanted to involve him also. For example, suppose that I am writing an email to one person, okay, or one maybe faculty, and I also want to know that this communication should be known to his HOD also. So maybe here one faculty sending another faculty, and that communication should be known to his HOD also. So in that case, I will keep HOD in CC. Just an example. Okay. So like this, suppose that you are there and maybe your senior there. So you are sending your mail to your senior, and maybe someone is there who is also associated with your work. You can put them into CC. They will get the same copy. What you are writing to same will get to the CC also. Then there is BCC also. So what is this BCC now? And what is use of it? Both carbon copy. What is that BCC? You people are using email. Everybody is using email.
Blind carbon copy.
Blind carbon copy.
It's blind carbon copy. Okay, blind carbon copy. So what does it mean, blind carbon copy?
Third person is not involved.
So we'll add one more person here. So we are sending person D in blind carbon copy. Okay, so A is sender, is sending mail to B, and also he's putting someone C in CC and he's sending it to D. So in that case, काय होतं बघा की A ने मेल पाठवलाय तो कोणाला पाठवला B ला आणि C ला. So in that case, C knows, C ला माहिती आहे की हा मेल B ला सुद्धा आहे आणि C ला सुद्धा आहे. B also knows की हा मेल A कडून आलेला आहे, B ला आहे आणि C ला आहे. But in blind carbon copy, this B and C, they don't know that the same email is also for D. So therefore it is a blind carbon copy. B ला आणि C ला माहिती नाहीये की हा मेल D ला सुद्धा गेलेला आहे. Okay, they don't know. But A knows, A ला माहिती आहे. He is sender. Sender knows everything here. So therefore that is blind carbon copy. So you can utilize की हे जे काही कम्युनिकेशन असेल ते आणखी कुणाला माहिती असायला पाहिजे किंवा या लोकांना न माहिती करता आणखी कुणाला मी पाठवू शकतो. For that purpose, you people can use BCC also. That is blind carbon copy.
So remaining things are same here. There is subject line. So you people have to put subject. As we people have discussed the format of letter writing, there was attention line. Here you are having subject. So you are going to write the subject of your email. So why you are writing that email to that particular person? Ka lihta email. So depending upon what context and content you are going to use, you are going to mention your subject. Okay, it can be about work, report, can be maybe progress, can be it has number of subjects. Okay, so that you people need to understand. The next is their salutation. So what is this salutation? We have discussed it in letter writing. Just we have discussed. So I write again. Dear sir, respected sir. If you know, you can put their name. If you don't know, you can use sir oblique madam. If you don't know to whom exactly you're writing, you can use like this. Then similar to letter writing, there is a main body of your email also. You just think related to your what things that you would like to say. So you just try to develop accordingly your mail like a letter. So mail can be like a letter. Then here is complimentary close. Here also complimentary close. Similar to letter writing. So yours faithfully, yours sincerely, yours truly. And here you're putting your name and designation also. And sign, maybe these days advanced features are there. You can digitally sign documents, or you can put your maybe, as I can say, any image you can put of your signature. But you cannot sign email here. Okay, digitally you can sign, or you can put an image. So that is all parts of email. And additionally, here you people can have attachments. For email also, we can have number of attachments. So you can attach documents, Word file, Excel file, PPTs, any notepad. You can attach anything here. Audio, video, folders, zip files, different kinds of documents you people can attach to your email. Okay, so maybe I will just open email ID and I will try to show you everything. Okay. Yes, so CC is your carbon copy. Carbon copy म्हणजे काय, तर सेम मेल जो मेल आपण टू ला पाठवणार आहे तोच मेल आपण सीसी ला पण पाठवतो. आणि या केस मध्ये त्या व्यक्तीला माहिती असावं बा ह्या दोघांमध्ये काय कम्युनिकेशन झालं, ए आणि बी मध्ये काय कम्युनिकेशन झालं हे या सी ला पण माहिती असायला पाहिजे. उद्या असं म्हणून की मला नाही माहिती, किंवा असं बऱ्याच वेळा असं होतं की हा मेल आला नव्हता नंतर आला, किंवा असं काय झालं, किंवा मे बी डिस्प्युट्स, ते टाळण्यासाठी मग समजा युजली देर आर सिनियर्स, सीसी मध्ये सिनियर्स किंवा ज्यांना माहिती असायला पाहिजे अशा लोकांना आपण सीसी मध्ये ठेवत असतो. आणि मग सीसी मध्ये ठेवलं की मग समजा हे काम बी ला करायचं असेल तर ते बी ला ते करावं लागतं. समजा नाही केलं तर मग त्याला सी कडून काही इन्स्ट्रक्शन्स येऊ शकतात, किंवा सी मे बी बॉस असू शकतो, तर तो त्यांना काम करायला काही जे काय असेल तर एक्सपेक्टेड रिझल्ट त्यांना मिळू शकतात. तर ए ची जबाबदारी आहे की त्यांना बी नी करायला पाहिजे, पण समजा त्याचं सी कडून काही रेफरन्स येत असेल तर त्याचा संबंध येत असेल तर मी सी ला काय ठेवू शकतो, सीसी मध्ये ठेवू शकतो. तर सीसी म्हणजे सेम आहे, इथं तुम्हाला टू ला पाठवू शकता, त्याच पद्धतीने सीसी ला पाठवू शकता. टू इज हॅव्हिंग प्रायमरी रिसिव्हर, सीसी कॅन बी जस्ट सेकंडरी, किंवा त्याला फक्त माहिती असावं काय कम्युनिकेशन आहे आणि त्याचा रेफरन्स देता यावा म्हणून सीसी ठेवतो. ब्लाइंड सीसी मध्ये मात्र आपण अशी व्यक्ती की ज्या व्यक्तीला पण हे माहिती असायला पाहिजे असं सेंटरला वाटतं, पण टू आणि सीसी मधल्यांना ते माहित नसतं की जे बीसीसी मधला पण कम्युनिकेशन झालेलं. ओके, अजून कुणाला काही कळलं नाही याच्यामध्ये? नाही. So that is all about email, and additionally again you people can refer notes. In notes it is given in very detail, but because of short of time we have just discussed only parts of email. Additionally we will talk about some advantages of email. So already I have asked you what are advantages of email. So let's try to go through this. First of all, necessary for accessing web based services. म्हणजे जसं तुम्हाला बघा कुठेतरी एखादी रजिस्ट्रेशन करायचं असेल तर देअर यू हॅव ऑप्शन register with Google or log in with Google. There you are using your mail ID. Okay, किंवा for Facebook, when you log in for Facebook, you need to use your mail ID. Or can be other websites are there, social media websites are there. While logging into these websites, you need to use your mail ID. Okay. So this is advantages. There are different web-based services that you can use You can get access because of your mails. Next is privacy that we people have already mentioned. Because of it is secure and you have privacy. So what you communicate with the person, only two persons will understand, sender and receiver. Okay. So there is privacy and it is protected with password. So until and unless you share password with someone, nobody knows what is there in your inbox. Communication with multiple people. You can send an email to multiple people, number of people at once at a time. Accessible anywhere at any time. So only those persons who are having internet and device, they can access anywhere at any time from anywhere. Quick way of communication, I already told you, that is the fastest means of communication. Within fraction of seconds, the people are getting or sending and receiving emails. Proof or record of communication. So with time, you'll get the list of emails that you have received, and also in your sent box, you'll see that to whom you have sent emails like this. Easy to attach files, that is also we people have discussed. Free, there is no any extra charges that you have to pay, and paperless. So all those things we people have already discussed, and they are all advantages. Okay, so with advantages, there are some disadvantages also that you people need to keep in your mind. So here are some spams or junk emails also. So what are these spam or junk mails? Unknown. Usually they are maybe like this, that unwanted, service based. Maybe sometimes they come like that, you have won a lottery and something like this. We need your account details, something like this. Or unnecessary, there are some promotions and advertisements that we don't want to see them. Okay, so these are junk mails and spams. So that internet, for example, most of the people are using Gmail. Okay, so everybody might have having account on Gmail. So apart from Gmail, which are other mail providers? So Yahoo is there. Microsoft is there, and Rediff Mail is there. Okay, so they are other, but you know, maximum people these days Gmail. Okay, so sometimes what happens, your important mails can go into spams, mostly when the students, they're getting job offer letters or any tests at the time of placement activities. These mails, they go into spam, and the students say, sir, I did not receive mail, I did not receive mail. But you should check everywhere, including spams or junk mails. Possibility of misuse or hacking, your account can be hacked, or if you share password with someone, they can misuse. No retrieval. Once you send the button, you cannot retrieve your mail. You cannot take it back. I think that if you send the hit button, within few seconds, there is one button undo. If you hit undo, your mail will not be sent, but that is for just few seconds, might be 5 or 10 seconds, 15 seconds maximum. So within that, you can take it back. But once it is sent, you cannot take it back. Cause information overload. Already people have discussed, it is free of cost, and we can attach number of files, and there is no limit for writing. So information overload can be there. Email can be disruptive. Different emails which we do not need such emails user to come. For example, if you might have searched something on internet, maybe Flipkart and Amazon, these are sending frequent your emails, something like this. So they can be disruptive. Emails cannot be ignored for a long time as far as professionals are concerned. If you receive an email and if you're not working, maybe second time you may come reminder, maybe third time you may get a reminder, but maybe if you're not working on this, you may get termination. You may be dismissed from the job also if you're ignoring emails. Email messages can contain viruses. This is one of the main reasons that viruses are spread. So whatever the links that you are getting in your emails, they may contain viruses, and they may just damage your data, or they can be again hack your computers and all those things like this. So these are some of the disadvantages. All you people just try to take note of it. And as time is up, in next session, I will try to show actual Google account and try to show some of the features also of mail. All right, so that's all about today. So remember what I told in the beginning, everybody try to just submit your assignments in time, and all assignments, all 12 assignments should be submitted. We'll take attendance and we'll stop it.
So roll number 2 absent, 3 is there, 4 5 6 4 5 4 5 6 8 9 10 11 12 15 16 17 18 19 20 21 23 28 31 35 36 37 38 39 43 47 48 49 50 53 55 58 59. So all right, absent numbers are roll number 2 6 10 18 23 28.
Present.
Who is present?
Sir.
Who is 28? So 2 6 10 18 23 55 58 and 59.
Sir, 6 roll number present.
6 is also present. Okay, apart from this, all right, so thank you for joining today. Maybe within 1 or 2 sessions we will close syllabus, we'll end syllabus.